the trippers, the grasshoppers, the hip ones, all gathered in secrecy and flying high as a kite. Forget it, man, and get with the countdown. Shake this square world and blast off for Kicksville.
Welcome to Hanging Loose, a disc golf podcast. I didn't fuck it up.
The trippers, the grasshoppers, the hip ones, all gathered in secrecy and flying high as a kite. Forget it, man, and get with the countdown. Shake this square world and blast off for Kicksville.
Welcome to Hanging Loose, a disc golf podcast.
All right, y'all missed the first one. He fucked up, but that was great.
Well, hold on. I didn't fuck it up.
Sorry, it's so funny. Nothing I can do about it.
It might have ended up at the front of the show.
What he forgot
The video
to say
fucked
was,
it up. I didn't fuck it up.
What he forgot to say was today's guest.
Oh, you're right.
Chandler Reigh.
I did fuck it up. Should we do it a third time?
That's on you, producer.
Yes, let's do it. Record scratch.
All right.
I was a little musky.
The trippers, the grasshoppers, the hip ones, all gathered in secrecy and flying high as a kite. Forget it, man, and get with the countdown. Shake this square world and blast off for Kicksville.
Welcome to Hanging Loose, a disc golf podcast, hosted by Shank, DG, and Spicy Boy. Today's guest, Chandler Reigh.
God, that was great. You nailed it on the third time's the charm for sure, bro.
Oh man.
Guys,
well,
I'm sorry. I'm all over the place.
That's okay. You got possible guest of your life news today, so we'll forgive it. But first, we have to thank our sponsor over at. Wait for him to hit transition scene. That'll be smoother in future runnings. That reminds me of the last episode of Game of Thrones when they say,
I also was muted, so this is going great.
"Oh Christ!" Well, we're not doing a fourth one. You guys know who it is, Rand Disco.
This is an amateur podcast still. Let's not forget.
It doesn't help that I'm Liddy McTitties. It's going to be an interesting.
This is the first time we've properly fucked it up since switching to the new format, though. So
It's
we got this
perfect.
far.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Right. Everything's perfect. Do give a big shout out to Randy, who I think, and I can't confirm this, but may have put his wife's feet pics out for the sake of sales, which I got to say, that is a bold move, sir.
That really
Bold
is.
move. I'm proud of you.
Well, no, he said he shaved his legs for it, so
Yeah, I'm sure those were his feet. He's like, you know what's really going to get people in the door? Man feet and heels.
so if you like feet and frisbees,
There's
check out the courtesy
only
violation.
accurate. I'm a little phlegmy today, so if there's any coughs, I apologize. How have you been? It's been 2 weeks since we've seen you.
Yeah, I've been okay. I had to take last week off due to personal reasons, as when editing I heard you guys talking about it anyway, so thank you for covering. I appreciate it. Can't wait to listen to it. However, I did in my absence come across a very interesting question that I wanted to posit to you guys.
Okay.
All right.
How are we having so much fun before and you've killed it already? I'm just kidding. Go ahead. Bye.
So you know how vampires can't enter a house without permission?
That's first I've ever heard that. I know.
What? No, they have to be invited in, right?
I've literally never heard that my whole
Yes,
life.
continue.
Rudy. Okay, I was gonna say Rudy. Back me up here.
RV3.
RV3. Sorry.
Wow.
Scratch it from the top. No.
Welcome to minute 40. We're just getting started.
The trippers, the grasshoppers, the hip ones, all gathered in.
Y'all think
So,
I'm way funnier than I am.
So, assuming that's true, right? If a vampire detective got a warrant to come in to search a house, would he be able to enter the house?
No. Because I think the spirit of the rule would imply that the owner of the house has to invite you in as a guest. Just because
So
you have
you
a
don't-
legal permission isn't permission from the owner. It's just court-ordered permission.
I think they could
RV3?
enter, but they couldn't do any vampire activities. They could only enter
fucking
under the
dumb.
ruse of, I'm a police officer here to search whatever warrant thing that they have, right? But they could
Right.
not participate in any vampire activities under that pretense.
Vampire activities.
They're under what's it called? Guest rights from Game of Thrones?
So I agree with you, Spicy, on that they wouldn't be able to enter. However, I think if the owner of the house were to step aside to let them in, I think that's
granting
an
permission.
invitation.
That's invitation, saying, I'm giving you
They
access to my
can't
home.
force their way in, but
Right.
they'd have to be like, I have a warrant, and then wait for you to step aside.
Or, yeah. And if you never do, then you're
They
safe
can't.
from vampires, I guess. That's genuinely, today's the first time I've ever heard that rule in regard to vampires.
Really?
I've heard they
Must not be
don't
a vampire
they don't
fan.
they don't cross garlic, right? And they have no reflections. They can't go in the
Yes.
sun. I've heard that stuff. Never heard
Really?
that.
Never
This
heard
is coming from the guy who is playing Phasmophobia. Isn't there vampires in that game? Don't you have to learn how to
No.
ward off vampires?
No. It's literally just hunting ghosts. You get a truck full of equipment and you go talk to the ghost. You have to physically speak to the ghost in your mic for it to manifest and react with you. So that's why you had that clip that I posted. Go check on my Instagram. Of me telling the ghost to scream, and then it immediately screamed at me. It scared the shit out of me.
Hell yeah.
So
if you're interested in that, Spicy's been streaming a couple nights in a row now. Hopefully he keeps it up.
we're gonna get these clowns on it too, because it's a really fun game, especially if you've never played it before.
And I'm a little bitch about horror games, so
Yeah.
I'll have to hop on there with you.
When just full disclosure, when I first started playing this game, it did fuck with me because a lot of the generic like housing designs are very similar to my generic ass apartment. So you just see a dark corner and you're like, do I have my UV light? Like you just totally get into the mindset of it. But now I've played, I think, like 700 hours or some shit on it. And
Dang.
like before they prestige the levels, I was a level like 145. And now after playing it as much as I have to build back, I'm only a level 40. So
Dang.
I've played it a lot. But it's fun. You guys should come hang out.
Yeah, no, definitely will. That's
And if you don't like
play it,
if you don't like Ricky Wysocki just went live.
I was gonna say I would like to announce
He's topless
that
in
we
his
were
pool.
right again.
Yes.
Breaking news.
Ricky, I should say, Ricky, what do you want to say to the listeners of my podcast? Be like, thanks
Oh
for the
my
support."
God. Can we join live into Ricky's live stream from here? Hold on. Stand
I
by.
I was gonna say, RV3, get on that.
I don't think he would grant me access to join his live.
I would.
What's he live on Instagram?
Instagram.
So, do you think we're right? I think you were right with.
I think we're right. I
The
can't.
spinners and the early registration for Memorial.
I don't think that was done as a part of him being with Discraft. Genuinely.
No,
I
you
really
think
don't.
so.
No. I think because I know Ashley, the assistant TD. I know Keith, the TD. I'm friends with them, and I was talking to them about it, and I can't say what they said, but they were very genuine with me. And so they were like, nah, we just, he's a good dude, and we kind of already had a spot saved for him just in case he wanted to.
Okay, gotcha.
So if it gets to be like the day before and he hasn't said anything, they will absolutely move somebody up the wait list. And that might come off sounding kind of shitty, but like Ricky's going to make you thousands of dollars from people being at the event. So
he's got VIP status for any event he wants to get into, I would imagine.
as you should. I fully support it.
There's too many barriers and not enough screens for me to do what I need to do to pull it up. Sorry.
Okay.
Dang.
But thank you
I
for
did
trying.
try.
Yes, thank you for trying. Freaking interns.
Right. I'm cutting your
We
salary
love you,
in half.
RV3. We're stealing a shirt from you.
Yeah. Did you listen to the? He just put both of us on. That's all right. Stealing a shirt you wouldn't have got anyway. Did you listen to my horror story on last week's show, Shank?
I haven't listened to the episode yet, unfortunately.
I'm not gonna retell it. I'm gonna make
Okay.
you go listen to it. But yeah, that was my favorite story to tell in a long time. So I'm bummed you missed it, but I knew
Thank
you
you.
had
Well, I haven't missed it yet.
Yeah,
I
it's
just
shit
haven't listened
going.
to it.
So much fun. Not at all.
My only podcast time to listen to stuff anymore is in my commute to work, which is 5 minutes of driving. So it takes me like 2 weeks to get through an episode of whatever I'm listening to.
Yeah, that's pretty exciting. But you'll get to my horror story eventually.
Here's an idea. Why don't you walk to work and you could listen to a podcast and just walk to work
and be healthier.
That's actually a great point. If it wasn't freezing in the morning here right now,
Pussy.
although it did hit like 60 degrees today, so it was very nice. But that was at like 1, so that's a great idea. I need to do that because your boy getting chubby.
I was walking in from taking out the trash, and a couple of my neighbors came out in full sweats and like slippers, and I had on shorts, flip flops, and this, and they were like, "You're not from around here, are you?" I was like, "I've been here 30 years." They're like, "So you're just mentally ill?" I'm like, "Oh."
What was the temp?
That time of day, probably 40, 45.
Yeah, if you're just taking out the trash, shorts is acceptable.
Right. It's like super nice out. You get outside just long enough to get a little chill, and then
then you're back
feel
in.
good when you get back into the heat. It's the
Absolutely.
best.
No, those guys are insane.
Clowns.
Clown.
Oh, hi,
clown
neighbors.
Shoes.
RV3, I wanted to show you something that a friend gifted me last week.
What do you got? Also, I take the dog out in shorts and a t-shirt all the time. And it's super cold here, so I'd hate to see what they say about me.
They probably call the police.
Probably would, actually.
Check his trunk
There's
for
a
bodies.
psycho walking around in his backyard. Oh, is this a money in the bank chair? Nice. Alberto Del Rio. Notable prick Alberto Del Rio on that chair there.
Sit on his face.
It's no wonder they gave that one to me, huh?
You might be able to sell that to him for a little bit of money.
Right? I'll pay you in crack. Sorry. Have I told you about my neighbor who does Soraya's makeup?
Soraya's?
I know Rudy knows.
Yes, you haven't told us that, but that's pretty freaking cool.
Yeah, so I used to live right next door to him, but I moved apartments since the divorce, and he and I have become good friends. But his name's Zach. He's at Zach Phoenix on Instagram. He's a professional makeup artist. He's phenomenal, and he does Soraya's makeup. He does Alexa Bliss's makeup. He does the Bella Twins makeup, and Bella Twins and I share a birthday. And I've been trying to make a joint party happen for a long time now.
So what's your excuse for looking like shit every week?
I don't wear makeup. That's
Jesus Christ.
I don't think that's an excuse. Keep your face off my podcast. Yeah, he's a super...
That's a different show. Face Off is a very different show.
Oh my gosh. It's one of my favorite movies, actually. Fun fact, I did a media class in high school where we had to make all of the materials for a marketing campaign.
Okay.
And so you had to make a DVD sleeve. You had to make like a movie poster. You had to make, a bunch of that shit. And the movie that I chose to make that stuff for was a remake of Face Off. And it was Christian Bale and Edward Norton.
Nice.
And I thought that would be really fucking cool.
What'd you call it?
It was just Face Off. It was just, I had to remake all of them. Yeah.
Gotcha. Couldn't just rip off.
I stole so much shit from Google. I put a random ass barcode. I don't know what it went to. Oh yeah, it was great.
There's no original ideas anymore. Most of that shit is just.
We should have named this podcast "Stolen Assets." To be honest,
right? That would make a lot of fucking sense.
Speaking of things that aren't original, I started watching Severance today.
Ooh, I could not get into that show.
I love it because it's shot the way that I love things to be shot, which is like wide angle symmetry, like very Wes Anderson-y. I love that style of cinematography, and this show's all about that shit. And nobody knows what's going on, and they're so vague about everything, and it very much reminds me of like the first 3 seasons of Lost, as you start to learn who like the others are, that kind of thing.
Yeah. I liked the show as a concept. It just isn't captivating enough for me. Like it's
pretty dry,
very slow burn. Like,
it's pretty dry. You really got to invest some time and thought into understanding what's happening to get it. And that sounds like smart and shit, which is
I like the characters a lot though.
Yeah. I keep looking for like anagrams in names. Yeah, tell her RV3. You tell her.
What the fuck?
You guys don't understand Chandler and I's friendship and how fast it's gotten to 100 miles an hour, but it's the best. We'll get her in here in just a second. Yeah, I was just talking about the show because I was waiting for Chowda, which that's the first time I've ever called her that. So we'll let RV3 figure out her spacing, and then
I was trying. The characters are good and the concept is good. I just like it's so dry, like you said.
It is. It's very bland. Everything is gray.
Which I guess is
understand.
Hey everybody, this is Randy from randiscgolf.com. The other day I was out on the disc golf course, bombing my drivers 300 feet, feeling good about myself. And I decided that since I had a long ride home, I needed to find a podcast that was smart, funny, and entertaining. Everything a good podcast should be. So I picked Star Talk with Neil deGrasse Tyson, and it was wonderful. But after that, my podcast app, the algorithm, sent me to Hangin' Loose podcast, hosted by Shanked DG and Spicy Boy. And it was okay. But after 30 seconds, I figured that my time would be better spent listening to the new Chapel Roan album. So that's what I did. So if you need any discs, randiscgolf.com. And if your podcast app happens to go to the Hangin' Loose podcast, there's always Chapel Roan.
Hi, this is Rudy from Disc Lab. Are you looking to launch your own podcast? We specialize in turning your podcast ideas into polished productions like you're listening to right now. Concept development to final edits, our team has the expertise to help you every step of the way. Contact us today to get started. Socials@disclab.io. That's socials@disclab.io.
Point, right? And then you switch to when they're not at work, and it's
right,
very different, very much more drama on the outside.
Yeah, for
inside,
sure.
Where it's just like
that's how I imagine RV3 producing this podcast. Though. He's just sitting alone in a little fucking room with his box of tissues.
Pretty much.
Oh no. Oh, welcome.
Hello.
What an intro!
Yeah,
she's media trained.
This is so
folks.
backwards. I'm not. I am so not.
Yeah. This is Chandler Reigh. Her and I became friends last week when she came down and played in the Memorial. I filmed her card twice. And she is the 2024 AM World's Distance Champ. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Holy smokes.
Got that credential going at least.
Yeah, I know. Apart from owner of the coolest Doodle Bob holding a gun tattoo that I think I've ever seen. So
I would agree with that.
Compliments on that as well.
Amateur distance champ.
He's frozen.
Huh.
Yeah.
Okay, good. You froze for a second.
I don't think we're frozen.
Me?
This is going smoothly. Anyways, as we
I shaved my head for this shit.
I believe it.
Spicy's amazing intro. Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
That's a crazy question. Every time I hear that, I just blank. I don't know a thing about myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what I do. All of a sudden, I play disc golf. Obviously, I just got into that like a year and a half ago. About. It's been really fun. It's been getting me out of other hobbies. Yeah.
Year and a half, and you're the AM distance world champ.
Yeah, and at that point, it wasn't even a full year.
Jeez, that's insane. What's the distance?
I think it was only 342, but we were all thrown into a headwind. So I think I could have done better, but
yeah. Yeah, she knows. I've told her about it. I wasn't gonna say I'll teach you how to putt, but I can't putt either. So.
Okay. I learned a little bit today. I made a couple good putts, but
that's good.
Yeah, yesterday too. I've been working on it. It's a work in progress for sure.
I saw me back. Your one from the back of the truck on your Instagram story.
Oh yeah, that was definitely my first try.
Definitely. Okay, Batman.
Yeah.
Lego Batman. First 100%. Try. I love that movie.
Hundo-P.
There's her age showing.
Lego Batman, best Batman, by the way.
100% agree.
I haven't seen it. Haven't watched.
Well, I'm
you
with
haven't seen the Lego movies?
No, none of them.
Watch them.
Yes, no, absolutely must watch.
They're
Are
very
they actually good?
They're very adult funny too. There's lots of things where you're like, what the fuck?
I need stuff to watch, so I'll take your word for it.
Sorry, we interrupted you because I may or may not have inhaled before the show. So, continue your self-introduction.
I don't know.
Where do you stay at?
I live in Arlington, Washington at the moment. I came here. I came here like the same thing a year and a half ago to work here, and that's when I started playing disc golf. I got into that. Originally, I was supposed to just stay here for, I think it was like maybe 3 months, maybe a year, who knows. When I work on the pipeline, so I do contract work. So it was kind of like a gamble, but I ended up just like kicking myself down to a stay at home or work from home position so that I could play disc golf. And there's that aspect of my life. I've been just stationary for like a year and a half now, which is crazy for me because I was used to moving like every week or two or a month or so, even. So just all over the country.
Yeah, for sure. I can imagine that being a little annoying. One of my good friends,
it's really bad.
She's a travel nurse, and I met her here, and we became super good buddies. And then, literally, like 3 weeks later, she's like, "All right, I'm out." I was like, "Wait,
yeah.
Where are you going?"
I've did that all over the country. I've got friends in like Lafayette. They're just like, "What? Like you just took off?" Like I'm just like, oh, I don't know what to tell you. It's sad, but
excited to be added to that list. So when you first started playing, was it just like I'm curious how you kind of found out about the sport, especially I told you before we started recording, you're our second female guest ever, which we appreciate. I know that's probably a shitty stat to have with over a year of shows, but we're happy to have you.
Canceled for that one.
Well, I'm bald and white.
I feel like a diversity hire right now, so. But I'm not getting paid.
A diversity hire, holy shit! Called out. No, but we're stoked to have you. And I always am interested when I find a woman who really like puts herself into the sport. Like, how'd you get there? Because for me, I was literally just algorithmically suggested a video on YouTube, and that's all it took.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
No, I met a person that played disc golf.
Okay.
Really big into the sport, so he got me into it. He does physical therapy for the pros, and so he's a really good coach.
Oh, cool.
No wonder you're throwing them on.
Yeah, like I had a good teacher, so I got lucky in that department.
It's so funny to still hear those stories, especially as recently as a year and a half ago, because for a while we had to grow the sport, and then it got so nuts, and now we just saw today that Ricky and Kona both split from Dynamic because the sport grew too fast and they made promises that they couldn't keep. I think, obviously, I have no way of knowing that for sure, but that's just kind of what it feels like.
Just the speculation.
Yeah, so Dynamic was down to just a couple of personalities, and they just lost what's arguably their biggest one,
their golden goose,
and they both agreed on it, so it's got to be. I mean, Dynamics got to be struggling, especially with the House of Disc stuff going on.
Right. So when you see things like that, or like, you see the sport kind of regressing a little bit after the big boom, it's awesome that you're so recent to it.
Yeah, it's a little bit scary kind of seeing all of this, and I'm like, I just got here. Like, I don't want it to have this big dip. I kind of want it'd be awesome to kind of like try to ride that up and keep going with the sport, and I want it to keep growing too.
Yeah, well, I think you might have actually got in at a good time, because it was after the COVID boom and like all the excitement died down, because right after COVID, I mean, you'd go to any course and you could not play, or you were waiting at every tee pad.
Yeah.
And it slowly died down a little bit. People got back to doing what they normally do, but that bubble's finally burst. And then we're now at like, our dip that we're in now is still twice as high as it was in 2018, So we've got so many more. We just passed 300,000 members. Active members, that's a different conversation. But 300,000 members when you sign up just a few years ago and you were still in the 100,000 range. I mean, the sport size has tripled, even though it feels like it's dying.
It's nuts for sure. So what does your regimen look like as far as, because you're still, like I said, fairly new. I have noticed if I don't play for like 3 or 4 days, I just cannot keep the rhythm down. So everything is horrible all the time, and I'm a busy boy. So how frequently are you playing to like kind of stay muscle memory?
I play so much disc golf, like an inhuman amount of disc golf. It's honestly not okay. I played today. I played yesterday. I played 2 rounds yesterday. The day before, I think, was my first day off since the Memorial. I got off the plane and went and did field work and just played a round a day since then. Normally there's like a day between or 2 days between. I'll like pick between disc golf or the gym, or in the summer I'll do both if there's time in the day. So I'll like play a nice round and then go to the gym afterwards, and then still have some daylight after the gym, or vice versa. Now I got to pick between them. So
the days where I play 2 rounds in a day are very rare in special moments. Not because I don't want to. A lot of times you just run out of light, because in the summertime there's only certain time we can play down here, and it can't be 3 p.m. So you're not getting you're not getting 2 rounds in. Now, how did the Memorial get on your radar? Because I know you've won a couple of other events I saw on your Instagram. How'd you end up being like, I know you said, I think you had a friend in town. You were just going to
my sister. Yeah, my sister lives there. So I'm from Flagstaff, Arizona originally.
Oh, okay.
So a full circle moment where I've never played disc golf in Arizona. Like when I lived there, never even knew it was a thing. Coming to Washington and getting into like what I at the time it was so outlandish for me. I was like, just like a pipeliner, like just that's all I would do with my life is work, and then go to the gym. And it was just like what am I doing playing disc golf kind of thing. And I mean, obviously you get the bug, you fall in love with it. So that's kind of where I went with it. And I ended up in Arizona in the area for like a work training thing last year, and played the Vista XL course just because it was like the closest course to where I was at, and learned about from the locals there. So I was like, oh, maybe next year I can like play this tournament. And I thought it was I just recently moved up to FPO, and I was like, it might be like a good way to dip my toes into like being on film if I can make it that far, or just being in a A tier in FPO, like see how the nerves do and get a feel for it. So I kind of use it as like a stepping stone. Oh yeah, I'm so inspired by
you're like, I gotta have that peanut M&M dude stand behind me with a camera or bust. Well, it was exciting to film. I love filming FPO, and I'm sure you heard me say that 1,000 times while I was out there. And it's not just because of the reason that the weird lady at Vista said. She's like, "You following around these pretty girls?" I was like, "Will you relax, please?"
Yes, actually.
Yeah, I've heard you say it an alarming amount of times.
Yeah, but FPO is just fun, and MPO is so tense, and like everyone, like no one talks to each other, and it's very like competitive, and you guys are so supportive and so happy. And like even if like the round that Jen had where she hit off the front of the basket like 18 times, she was still like, "This is hilarious." I was like, "No MPO guy's gonna be, no MPO guy's gonna feel that way." So,
I mean, that's what I love about it too. That's what I've loved about kind of getting into a community of more females doing the same thing, because that's not very common for me with all of my hobbies and stuff that I do. So it's really nice to have.
Well, I can tell the sport's happy to have more women involved. My friend Sarah Isaac, she played FPO at the Memorial as well. She just got off maternity leave. She has a young one named Jackson, and so it was like her first tournament back. So we were all excited for her. So you said you play like every day. Do you play the same course every day? Do you have a couple?
No.
Like I have like 5 within 10 minutes of me. So.
Oh, that sounds nice. I've got a rotation going on. There's a couple of close ones within like 10 minutes. But I think I frequent, like, there's this little course on the river, like 30 something minutes away, because it's right between like where our friends up north are. So we'll just meet them there. And it's not even a great course. We play that one a lot. My home
Does it
course
have a
technically.
name for the people? Tell us.
Whitmarsh disc golf course.
Right.
And then I frequent Kayak Point a lot, and they sponsor me, let me use their course for free. And they're like a disc golf or a golf style disc golf course, just like turned it into a disc golf resort out of an old golf course, and it's really nice. They've got 3 different courses there.
Wow.
I love playing there. Great people too. So.
I got Vista. There's a little pitch and putt called Los Olivos. That's 4 minutes from me. I'm there all the time. And then Conicito, Buffalo Ridge. I can go to Paseo Vista and Chandler, or Red Mountain and Mesa. They're like, Phoenix has so many disc golf courses.
I should have played some more of them, but I only have played the Fountain Hills and Vista now. So.
Well, we'll check some more off your list next time you decide to show your face in these parts.
Yeah. I've heard that there's more tournaments that I supposedly should come play, and the flights aren't too expensive. So,
yeah.
I mean, I've got a place to stay.
They've got
so assumptive of you. Go stay with your sister.
They've got the Phoenix Ladies Open out there, right?
Yep. PLO's in November.
Yeah,
we've got the Big Arm Challenge. We've got the Memorial, the Shelley Sharp Memorial, which is basically the same thing.
Oh, yeah. I was thinking about that one too, but
I
don't know what's on the schedule yet.
Valentine's Day weekend, so.
Oh, that's coming up then. I don't know.
Yeah.
I thought it was a little bit farther into the year.
But yeah, I will definitely abuse our friendship for free lessons next time I'm in town.
I got you.
Do you have a specific? Because I don't think you have a manufacturer sponsor, right? So do you have a brand that you lean toward more or less? I think there's a picture of you in an Innova shirt.
Yeah.
And you were throwing a Destroyer during a round, right?
Yeah. Destroyer is like my main driver right now, the Evelina Salonen Swirl one. So money. I love also for drivers. I think I throw all Innova drivers. I think I don't have anything else. I've got my Destroyers. Oh, I lied. I have a Grace. I throw a Grace. My Turn is my baby also. I love a Turn.
That's so good.
They're so good. My fairways, I've got just a mixed bag other than that, but I putt with Innova putters. I think it's mainly Innova, but I do love Discraft. I don't think I could switch your putters. It's definitely not me. It's the putter.
Yeah, that's what we all tell ourselves. But you're FPO now. So
I've never tried though, so I could try different putters.
Good
idea.
I started with Ion. What are they? Axiom Ions, I think. And and now I have been team judge since then. Haven't swayed. I love a bead. Are you a bead or no bead person?
Bead? Oh no, RV3 kicker. Oh wait, no, I'm outnumbered.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, perfect. What's up?
He's out.
Gone, just the way we like it around here.
No. So I did have a question for you with being the AM World distance record and now playing FBO down in for the Memorial. So how far do you want to take it? Like, what's your long-term goals in the sport? And, if you have any.
Kind of at a point where I'm just like trying to figure it out still. I think that I want to keep feeling it out and see where it goes if it kind of takes off, or if I can. I do want to play DGPT events, so I'm gonna try to play the West Coast Swing this year, see how I can place in those, and see kind of how I feel about it, if I want to keep pursuing that. Originally, though, I did think that I kind of set the goal to win a DGPT event at some point, so I think that would be pretty cool.
Hell yeah, we'd love to see it, and you got the tools for sure. When you're looking at events to play, do you look for like a specific style of course? Do you like wooded carvy courses like Isaac Robinson, or you like big bombers like AB?
I love a bomber course, yeah.
I mean, I guess that makes sense, you being the distance switcher, but listen, I'm not gonna assume anything these days. Do you have like a max throw that you've ever recorded?
I know I've hit 400, but I've never like attempted to throw like a measured distance shot before.
Oh,
really?
Well, that's surprising.
I probably should. I should find out, but I just throw golf lines, so I don't know. I'm throwing pretty far on hyzers right now.
Get on out to the salt flats.
Yeah, it's marketability. Right. Hey, I hit XYZ and only throw downwind. Don't throw.
Yeah, I could probably hit it. I don't know, at least 1 foot out there.
Yeah, I'm
big goals.
I would be stoked to hit 300 with a tailwind. But I used to be able to. I don't know if I'm either not playing enough or my body's just dying from being eaten alive by diabetes and all my muscle mass is disappearing. But whatever's the saddest reason. So how much travel have you done?
For disc golf or
for
in my life?
Obviously for disc golf. So disc golf.
Okay.
I don't care about your pipeline adventures. Let's keep
that
that for
no one cares about my
forum.
job.
We talk about Severance or disc golf.
Yeah,
pick a lane.
For disc golf, let's see. I've traveled to like Portland and up to BC, Canada for like kind of closer tournaments, like big A tiers or stuff like that. I've played disc golf in Idaho. Every time I travel, I play disc golf when I travel. So like for any reason, I mean, I played disc golf in Florida,
but like
Texas, Louisiana, Michigan.
Standout wise, do you have like a course where you're like, hell yeah, I can't wait to get back to that one? Because like for me, I've never even played the toboggan, but that's the one I think I would have so much fun at until
I want to play that.
Until maybe the 4th hole, and then I'd be like,
I wouldn't have a good time. It looks hard, but
well, you saw these calves in person, there's I'm good to go. I don't remember. Now I don't remember what I was going to say. All right, cool. Professional.
I haven't. Okay, so there's like everybody loves Caliber up in Idaho. I haven't played it, but when the guy is putting in a new course called Motherload, he let us play it before it was done, and that's one of my favorites. It's it's a really good course. I don't know if you're familiar, obviously not, but geez.
Yeah, Motherload sounds like it would be a hell of a course. I would also like.
It's the Motherload of courses, really. Yeah.
Too many gummies.
I did not give enough context before I said that.
You just went straight for the Motherload. But I also want to do Eagles Crossing. I think the course
that's on the bucket list too.
But it just looks like there's never been a disc golf course built for disc golfers by disc golfers to that degree. Yeah. Like those people play every day and it's evident, and I love that about it. So as far as your game, I know you and I made some jokes back and forth about it. Would you say putting is your weak link right now? Because I know that's the weak link for a lot of people. I'm not trying to call you out.
It's common.
Well, yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Everybody's going to be saying that when they watch the footage.
Right.
It might be a meme, honestly.
Comment below and just tell us how bad your putting is, because no one's good at putting. We're all just less bad at it.
Yeah.
How do you have like a practice regimen for putting?
No, I should. That's probably why I'm bad at it.
So relatable.
I have.
Can't even complain.
You can't
see it. Putting. Do you practice? No.
Well, right here off camera is my basket that doesn't get used. Sitting inside my apartment.
Yeah, I'll do a couple of practice putts before a round, and then just call it good, and then miss every putt, and then complain.
We've never had a
That's
guest
the
on that
routine.
I've filmed before, so this is a rare opportunity for me to ask a specific question.
Okay, interesting.
When you're putting before the round and you know that I'm filming B-roll of you, does it mess with you? Because Terry's like, don't be obtrusive. I'm like, I have to get the shots and I have to be in front of them to get them. So I don't know. Like, do you want me to film her rifling through her bag? I don't think that's a very interesting. You know what I mean? He gets a couple. Like the one of Connor Rock in the last tournament was pretty good, where he's sitting there smiling with a toothpick. But like, those aren't common. Connor's just a superstar. But it does mess with you a little bit because I don't.
Yeah, I don't know if you noticed. I don't know if you watched me putt before you pulled the camera out at all, but I was making every single one of them, and then he comes over with his camera right in my face, and it's 0 putts went in. I'm like, "Why? Go away, dude!"
I can't.
Well, don't mind me. Stares you down.
I'm contractually obligated to get those shots.
Just not sneaky at all.
There's no way to be sneaky. Is it better or worse if I'm sneaky about it? You know what I mean? It's like,
spicy in the bushes.
Yeah, I don't need to be behind a Palo Verde tree, like
just hiding, like zoomed in as far as you can.
Yeah, no, zoomed in as far as I can. We'd be seeing your pores. These cameras are like super powerful. But I always think about it because like, I feel bad because obviously I don't want to do that to people, but I am also required to get certain shots for like each round. So maybe I'll ask Terry for some pointers on how not to upset you. By the way, give yourself more headroom.
I think that it's my fault. I have to get used to it. So
yeah, if you want to be winning DGPT events, there's cameras all over those.
It should not affect me. It did because I'm new to this, but I mean, it's like rounds with friends. Even they're just like. They pull the camera out to record something, and if I know that they're doing it, it's a shank. It's gone.
Oh, yeah.
Like, the worst case scenario happens every time.
So the one time that something good happened while I was recording, and I think I've told this story before, but you don't pay attention to me, so I'll tell you.
Yeah, I don't know it.
There's a hole here at Los Olivos that's like 165 feet over. It's over trees with a hyzer putter, and I was like, I think I might ace it. So I took my phone out, I hit record, and I aced it while I was recording. But I had the front camera on and not the back one. So it's literally a clip of my fucking bag. You can just hear me screaming in the background. Ah! I got it on camera. It's my favorite clip of disc golf I've ever not seen.
I gotta see that.
Yeah, I have it. I'll send it to you.
Stuff.
Is that the one that got DMCA'd because of the Elton John song?
I was listening to Your Song by Elton John when it happened, which is so not a disc golf song, but I love the man, so whatever.
Oh my goodness. I think if it was facing the right way, it just wouldn't have went in.
Probably. I only made it because it wasn't filming.
Exactly.
Well, we're about at time. Do you have anything last few minutes? Socials, sponsors, anything you want to shout out, or probably just delete this forever?
I would like all the footage of me to be deleted forever from the whole disc golf experience so far, but I don't think you can make that happen, unfortunately.
No, did I tell you what happened with the FPO card?
Yeah, you did.
Okay, yeah. I was like, go back and listen to my episode. Yeah, terrifying.
Yeah, that's actually insane.
I
would have been happy, but it's crazy.
This is spoiler
on that one.
Spoiler alert for Shanked, but he did in fact lose one. So
yeah, I lost the whole FPO final round card for about 20 minutes, and a random guy walked up and gave it back to me and was like, "Did you drop this?"
Oh no.
Then I put it in the camera to make sure it was the right card and accidentally clicked OK instead of cancel for the repair image database option, which usually deletes the card. So then I thought I deleted it.
Oh God.
And I was shitting bricks out of my ass. And then I realized that I still had it. I found it on the card, and I have never felt more relieved about anything.
Did you tell Terry?
I felt more relief about that than when my divorce was finalized. And that's a true statement. Yeah, I did tell Terry, and he wanted to ring my damn double chin.
Oh, jeez.
That's so funny.
Yeah. Sorry, I totally offered her time to speak and was like, "You want to hear about me some more?" Go ahead.
Yeah, that's okay. I had nothing to say. My brain is empty.
Okay, well, I was just trying to help you out, but it's fine.
Do you have
God.
opinions on Severance?
The TV show.
Never seen it.
Okay, so that's
Never
a
seen
no. Well, we
The
appreciate
answer
you
is
now.
no.
There's no like sponsor codes or anything you want to throw out there.
I don't have sponsor codes yet, but
You'll
I
get
did.
to my level one day.
Yeah, I'll get there. I got an email from T-Box Stocks today, so I'm on the team.
Ooh,
I
hell
will
yeah!
get a code. I'm pretty sure. So
Breaking news.
eventually I'll have that. It'll be on my Instagram.
You
Instagram
did-
is Chowder Throws.
Chowder throws.
Chowder throws on the
Yeah, just make
IG.
sure you get me all your links and stuff. I'll put them in the description of the show. As well as your discount code if you get one for T-Box Socks.
T-Box.
I'll let you know when I get that.
You had a pretty sick sock game, just on your own. You and
Oh,
Ashley
yeah.
Phelps were kind of battling.
Oh, I didn't notice. I like the socks. I got T-Box socks and then some like tie-dye Nike socks. That's my stuff there.
Okay,
And-
it's a weird fetish, but welcome to the
Okay.
show.
Okay.
Well,
I
thank you
just
for
learned
hanging
that
out.
I had a foot fetish today, but
See?
okay, I didn't know that.
We're teaching you things.
This has been a very
I'm learning a
foot-heavy
lot.
episode.
It really has, to be honest. So typically, our go-to tradition is we have our guest scream us out. But
I don't believe you for a second.
just
He's
genuinely,
lying to you.
I'm not lying.
I
He's
don't.
100% lying to you. I
Go
don't
watch
want to try to
every
trick you like this.
episode.
I'm not falling for it.
Okay, you're gonna feel so dumb when you didn't contribute to the same thing that everybody else did, but that's fine.
It's a lose-lose. I'm gonna feel dumb either way, you know. I'll take.
I don't
I'll
think
take
so.
the way I don't have to scream.
Not a screamer. You heard it here first, folks. All
The
right.
other sponsor is Far From Far, by the way. I forgot about that. I
I was
didn't
gonna
forget,
say.
but I didn't mention it yet.
Mm,
But you know that.
yeah.
Shouts out Far From Far.
Podcast needs to know that. Yeah, they're a disc.
I did think that was a very clever name when I heard it announced at the start. Of the show, so.
Great. It's a great name.
Well, we will have you on again for sure. We'll do a status check with you over the next few months at some point. And since you're not going to scream, I will do it.